Good Monday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majestic back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your March the 23rd, 2026. Well, after an unseasonably warm and balmy weekend, we're paying the price for that today with unseasonably high pollen count. I mean, through the roof, some 6,500 plus across North Georgia. And we're going to back the temperatures up a little bit. That's going to help a little bit, as well as maybe a little rain, but really not a significant amount of precipitation to really help give that atmosphere a good bath. But we are going to cool down briefly, but things are going to warm up again at the end of the week. And then another cold front comes in for the weekend for a weekend cool down. Now, before we get into this full report, if you live anywhere here across North Georgia and you're new here to our YouTube channel, let me introduce myself. I'm meteorologist Greg Majestic on a mission to build a professional 24-hour weather channel here across North Georgia, and I sure could use your help. It's real easy for you to do. Doesn't cost you anything. Just please subscribe to this channel and make sure you hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future content, because it's all about building the numbers when you're trying to get that right sponsor. All right, let's go ahead and get into this update here for today as we take a live look there at Brasstown Ball Day. Got a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of clouds out there, partly sunny. I'd say we're probably going to be looking at similar conditions for tomorrow as well. Checking out down here in Braselton, Georgia, outside my backyard. It's 79 degrees here. Got some high cirrus clouds blowing through this area as we're waiting on the arrival of that cold front to move on in. And checking at Lake Chattooga as well, looking very nice there with some sunshine, a few clouds. Lake levels slowly starting to come back up, but looks like we're not going to get a whole lot more precipitation to kind of help refill those lakes here anytime soon. Looks like a dry pattern shaping up. All right, so let's go take a look at the radar. It is quiet out there for right now. Boy, we could sure use a little rain to help that pollen, but not today, not in the cards. So satellite picture showing, again, a few more clouds up here across East Tennessee. Okay, so that's a little bit there, but mostly just high cirrus clouds kind of sitting here across Georgia. So just kind of see it kind of rolling in and out of Alabama. See some of the cirrus clouds there and a little thicker clouds up there that are rolling away across northern Georgia. All right, let's go look at our radar. It is quiet here across the southeast, but boy, look at the difference in the temperatures in between the front. I mean, wow. I mean, we're talking about it's sitting at 55 degrees over here near Florence, but it's 72 degrees there in Rome. Here's a 50, here's a 70. So again, forecasting when you're waiting on a front to come through in the middle of the day, can be a little tricky, because if it's off by just an hour or two, you can bust a forecast real easy, especially with a 20-degree swing like that. But that's just the way it goes. Let's go check out our forecast here. Let's look at our North American model here. This is our 12Z run. Not going to have a whole lot to show you here, other than maybe some precipitation coming in on Wednesday. So Tuesday's looking dry. We are going to see a building easterly wind kind of moving in here as that high pressure up toward the north. So that'll be coming in going into Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like Wednesday we may see a few showers try to work their way into the area, but not a whole lot here, but a little bit. And then this wedge will break down quickly going into Thursday. And those temperatures are going to shoot right back up as we wrap up the work week. Now, as far as the temperatures are concerned here for tonight, looks like we'll be back in the 40s at least this morning. A lot of areas were in the 60s for lows. It was very balmy this morning, so some 15 to 20 degrees cooler for the morning. And then daytime highs tomorrow, depending on how that wedge sets up here. Again, you see some spots up here across extreme northeast Georgia may not get out of the 50s, low 60s here around the periphery, and then upper 60s here in the west. That looks pretty reasonable here as we go in for today for tomorrow. All right, let's look at our forecast maps here again as we kind of track our cold fronts. Watch that timestamp there on top from our friends from the National Weather Service here as we track into your Tuesday. There's that high pressure up here coming into Pennsylvania. That's what we call a good cool air wedge position, and it's being funneled down the eastern side of the Appalachian Mountains. It's kind of acts as a little bit of a funnel as that kind of comes on down in here. And then looks like maybe a few showers possibly going into late Tuesday, going into Wednesday. So Tuesday night, Wednesday, maybe a few showers in there. And then we're going to clear out on Thursday. High pressure's in control. Thursday, Friday's looking good. And then here comes our next front. Here's our next front here. Well, this is a pretty good high. It's 1040 high in here. And when this thing comes on through, it's possible going into from Saturday into Sunday. Saturday looks like we'll have a bit of a breezy day there, and you can tell that because of all these isobars in here. So when you see that many isobars, you know you're going to be a little bit breezy. But going into your Sunday, it looks like we might see maybe northern Alabama, North Georgia, maybe parts of parts of Tennessee, might see a scattered frost, a possibility there. It looks like it'll be kind of nippy there going into your Sunday, and then we're going to warm back up going into Monday. All right, so here's our forecast here for tomorrow. Looking at 59-44. Gainesville's, of course, always in that prime wedge position there. Partly sunny skies there. And we'll see lows tonight, maybe upper 30s up there in the mountains. 40s for everybody else. And of course, the cool spot will be the northeastern zones with the wedge, right around the upper 50s to around 60. Everybody else kind of sitting in the lower to mid 60s. And then looking at your regional forecast, obviously cooler up toward Asheville and Charlotte in the 50s. But go down to Mobile, it's 80 degrees there, 77 in Jackson, maybe a few showers down in Jacksonville at 65. Next 7 days, here we go. Roller coaster ride, my friends. 76 on Thursday, 83 on Friday. Then we're right back down to the 60s for Saturday and Sunday, then warm back up to around 70 on Monday. So it's that time of year, but I wish we had better rain chances. Right now, it looks like we're pretty much dry through the end of the month. I don't see the precipitation chances really coming back up until maybe the 4th or 5th of April, somewhere in there, kind of coming back up a little bit. But for right now, it looks like we're going to finish the month of March on the dry note. The first half of the month was decent. We got some decent rains, but the second half of the month, unfortunately, is going to stay dry. So for you allergy sufferers out there, not a lot of help with that pollen, unfortunately. It'll back off a little bit this week because of the cooler temperatures a little bit, but overall, that pollen count's going to stay elevated and high. All right, that's y'all's update for today. Again, appreciate you guys checking us out here on our YouTube channel. Please help our effort to build this channel. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on all future content, because if you don't do that, YouTube will never let you know that we've done an update, or maybe perhaps we're doing some live severe weather coverage. You may want to be notified for that. All right, you guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.